My name is James. I think most of you knows me. Was I did introduction at the onboarding session that we were having some 2 weeks ago. Again, I'm a product developer at Bounty Analytica, and I'll take you through SQL for the 2 weeks that uh, for the next 2 weeks, and thereafter I'll also take you through Python programming. Because I don't know, most of you maybe we can have an introduction, like just wave or say your name. I would like to hear your names, and also your beautiful voices. So I think we can just take the first 5 minutes just to introduce ourselves, starting with is it Vintain? Uh, Potishoy. Uh, yeah, I think we can just go on with the introduction so that I can at least know you guys. So let's start with Vintain. If you can hear me, Vintain.
Oh yeah, I can hear you. Hi everyone.
Please, hi.
Okay, I'm Binte Mara.
Okay. Uh, that is nice. We can go to Job Odhiambo.
Hi James, my name is Job Odhiambo.
That is good. Let's move to Sharon. Sharon, can you hear? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
I can hear you. My name is Carol Nyamoya. Yeah, I'm glad to be part of the Bounty team.
Oh, that's cool. You're welcome. Uh, let's move forward to Winnie. Is it Winnie? Yeah, Winnie.
Hi, everybody. My name is Winnie Ambogo. It's been a pleasure being part of this team. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, you're welcome. Let's move to Oscar.
Hello everyone, I'm Oscar Kambona and I'm happy to be part of the Data Minds team.
That's cool. Let's have Alvin.
Evening, everyone. Name's Alvin. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, that's cool, Alvin. We can go to Paul Victor.
Hello everyone, I'm doing good. Happy to be here.
That's cool, Paul. Let's move to Grace. Tabu Grace.
Yeah, as I mentioned, that is Martin. My computer was having problems, so I had to borrow a computer.
Okay.
It's called the SQL. It seems very huge.
Okay.
So my name is Martin. I am a student in this forum, and I'm learning a lot. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. Let's move forward to, is it Vaughn Mogere?
Hi, I'm Yvonne Mogere. Excited to be here.
You're welcome. Any other person that I've left out? You can just raise your hand. We have, yeah, there is Jonah. Jonah will go first. Jonah.
Hi guys, I'm Jonah, ready for the class. Thank you.
Oh, you are welcome. Let's any other person? There is Mutai Martin.
Hello, good evening. My name is Martin Mutai, and I'm ready.
Yes. There is Aiga.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Aiga Phyllis. Ready for the class.
Oh, that's cool. You're welcome. So, any other person?
Yvonne Mogere, have you talked?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, there is Anne. I think Anne, you can just say hi to us as you say your names. Anne, can you hear me? You have just joined the, the the class. Anne is just leaving has just left. So I think everybody has introduced he has given us an introduction maybe. So is there any other person who have not like introduced his or herself before we move on? And I'm hoping that everyone has installed the MySQL, and also I'm hoping that no one experienced some issues with the installation. So there is Eric. Eric.
Yeah, I'm still installing. I am almost there.
Oh, okay. So I think I'll just move on. I'll just share my screen so that we can get to know what is SQL, what it does, like how um, what tools we have for SQL, like how do we create some databases, how do we delete databases, how do we create tables, and such. So I'm hoping that it will be an interactive session. Oh, I can see there is Anne who is from University of Embu. I think I also came from University of Embu, so um, I'm an alumni there. So let me just share my screen. I'm an alumni of Embu University. So I'm hoping that everyone is able to see my screen. Is everyone able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
You can zoom a little bit.
Yeah, I zoom.
Yeah.
Let me just try to zoom. I think that is better.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I think let's just like start by knowing what is SQL. And SQL stands for Structured Query Language. And this is a language that is used to interact with relational databases. Again, we'll get to know what are relational databases as we move on. And if we have relational databases, then it means that we also have relational databases. So SQL is a tool for organizing and managing and retrieving archived data from computer databases. Um, just to give a little introduction of SQL, this name SQL was given by an IBM as a structured English query language. It was called SEQL, and then it was abbreviated as a SQL. But as Africans, most of us we do pronounce that SQL. But uh, I think as we move on to move on like learning, you will know that you can pronounce it as SQL. So initially it was called the structured English query language. That was the initial name by IBM. Uh, so when data needs like to be retrieved from databases, a SQL makes is used to make requests. The DBMS process, the DBMS processes the query, retrieves the requested data, and return it to us. Rather, SQL statement describes how a collection of data should be organized, or what data should be like extracted or added to the database. So these SQL usually store like our data. You can think of let me take an example of Facebook. You realize that Facebook has a lot of data just from your when you log in. So when you log in by giving up your name and passwords and even photos, your profile photo, that data is stored in a database. And in fact, Facebook uses MySQL database to store that data. So MySQL is the one that stores that data, including the likes that you make. Any data that you see in Facebook is usually stored in the database, and therefore uh, it's good to know what are these databases, what are they made of. Um, I think we will cover that during the next 2 weeks that I'll be with you guys. And I think we will just start with SQL. We are because most of the time we interact with databases through commands. I would like us just to learn about commands. They are categorized into 5. So I'll just rush through the categories of SQL commands, and each category has what it does, like has what it does. So we will start with the data definition language, which is usually called the DDL. When you hear someone say DDL, you just simply know that he's saying that to mean data definition language. And with this data definition language, if I was to just read through what we have written here, you know that this is an SQL command used to create database structure. Um, yeah, database structures. Based on the need of the businesses, database engineers create and modify database object using the DDL language. So data definition language is usually used to create those database based on business requirements. So I think we can just move forward to learn what data definition language um, commands, whereby we have several commands that are under this category. We have a create. Create is the word sounds or means that create means to create some like to form a something new. So this is the keyword that is used to create a new database. So creates a new table, a view of a table or other object in the database. This is the keyword that we are going to be using all through to create tables, to create databases, and yeah, to create tables and databases. We have another command that is called alter. Alter modifies an existing database object, such as you can alter a table in the database, or even you can just alter any table in a certain database. So we have another command that is called drop. This one is used to delete an entire table, a view of a table. We will soon learn what is a view, or other object in the database. Um, any question? I think someone has his mic. You can just mute. Uh, Good, thank you. Let's just move forward to the next category, which is data manipulation language. With data manipulation language, we have it's a relation database can like be updated. Now you have created a database. You realize that you might need to update some. You might need to update either a table or maybe a database. So the language that is used here, or the commands that are used here, they are under this category, whereby this category is called data manipulation language. So in this category, we have keywords such as insert, and insert simply means to add data in a database. Mostly it's called a record. It's adding a record in a database. So we will soon see these using practical examples. So this is just the theory part of it. I'm hoping it won't like bore most of you. But also it's good to go through the theory part of it, so that you will not be stranded when you get into creating some of these databases. Um, let's see the commands under this data manipulation language. We have select. This select keyword retrieves certain records from one or more tables in the database. And I think I had forgotten like to tell you these databases, the MySQL database, is just we store data in tables, and those tables are related like to each other. We can use like primary keys. We have foreign keys, but again we'll get to learn that. So you shouldn't be worried when I say retrieving the records from tables. This database, it's all about tables. We have an insert keyword. This one is used to create a record, and I will use the word record and data interchangeably. They just mean the same. So you shouldn't again be worried about like this guy is like confusing between the record and data. So you shouldn't like be worried. So they mean the same thing. We have a update. When maybe you have inserted a certain record, and you notice maybe it has a problem. Maybe you would like want to update So this is the keyword that we are going to use, update, to modify some records. You might like want again to delete a record, and I'll use the keyword delete to delete data in the database. I think that is all about the DML, that is the data manipulation language. We can move forward to the third category. I think I'll just move through these categories, and then maybe you can ask a question if you have any. So there is the data query language. The data retrieval instructions are written in data query, that is the DQL, which is used to access the relational databases. The select command is used by software programs to filter and return particular result for SQL tables. This data query language is for data retrieving. I think I didn't have an example for these, but I'll give an example when it comes to the practical part of it. And that is all about the data query language. Mostly we use the select command to like select records from database and even from the database tables. So the other category is the data control language, and is a programming language used by database administrators to control or grant other users access to databases. When you hear of database, again, something that should like fire in your mind is security. So using now this data control language, this is the language that we use to restrict or assign access, or like we have control, we can control access to different users. You will notice that some users or different users have the we cannot like give every user all the administrative rights, rights to delete, rights to update, and this is the language that we use to restrict users to to carry out some operations on databases. So, for instance, we can allow a specific application to manipulate one or more tables by using the grant command. This is a good command. We will have examples. So let's just check the data control language commands, where we have we begin with grant. These give privileges to users. We can have we have another one that is revoke. This takes back the privileges granted by users. So let's say a person in an organization that was maybe a user in a over certain database, and maybe he was given some rights to create, delete, and even maybe update. And for instance, maybe this user is no longer working maybe with the organization. You notice that we need again like to take away the privileges. So the revoke command is the one that we use to take back our privileges that were initially granted to users. Uh, the last the last category is the transactional control language, and this is used to automatically update databases. Um, the relational engine uses the transactional control language. Let's say for instance, the database can reverse mistaken transaction using a rollback. I think you will get to know what is a rollback when when we come to practical part of our discussion. So I don't know up to that point who is having a question regarding the categories of SQL commands. You can maybe just raise up your hand to any person who needs a clarification on either of the categories that we have just gone through, or any question regarding SQL commands.
My question is, I failed to install this SQL.
You are unable to install the SQL.
Yeah, I was at the last part of it. Then it said connection failed after I put the password.
I think you used the wrong password. But what you can do, the easiest way that like you can do to solve that, maybe you can trade and you first uninstall. I think you have already installed the MySQL, right? You can just uninstall and try to install that software again for you. To reset password, it's quite a process. So the easiest way to go about it is just uninstall the MySQL and try to install again, so that you can set the password again.
Okay, and so from my side, I think also the issue is similar to the one which has been raised. I just been asked like to install the Visual Studio 2019 64 redistributable. And they are also,
Amos, I'm unable to hear you. Maybe you can. I can't hear you well.
hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Yes, okay. My question was also concerning the same. After I just wanted to install the MSQL, I'll be told to first install the Visual Studio 2019 X64 redistributable. Then after trying that, now they're telling me like I give us first the pin of the menu of which this is a refurbished laptop, so I can't access. So how can I do it?
So I think, although I didn't hear your issue well, you are kind of to some point I can hear you, but maybe you can just text in the chats, in the in-call messages, sorry, um, so that from there I'll be able to assist you. You can just write me a message in the in-call messages. I think, yeah. Any other issue so far? Any other person who have experienced some issue with installation? I know any software to use apart from MySQL. No, we are going to use MySQL. There is someone who is asking if there is another software to use except MySQL. We are going to use MySQL. Bethuel Kamau, you can just ask your question.
Oh, okay. My concern is about the password we are putting here. Which password? Do we have a particular password, or you are coming up with your own password?
Okay. During the installation, you will be required to set your password.
Oh, so I set my password.
Yes, during the installation.
So the moment I do that, or rather, it's bringing a warning message, but I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. What I'm doing wrong here.
Okay. Any other issue before we move forward to other part of discussion? Someone is asking about forgotten password. Maybe forgotten password, any easier way to cause reinstalling. I think when you forget password, the easiest way, if at all you don't have any relevant data in that database, you can just uninstall and install again. But again, if you have important database, I'll give you a script to run so that you can at least be able to reset your password. I think we can just move forward to Wema is saying, please do. I'll share the script. So let's move forward to the other part of discussion, which is the SQL data types. Also, SQL has data types and categorized into three. That is the numeric data types. There is dated at the time database, and also there is string databases. Database, I mean. So I think we are going to go through these categories one by one, and I will start with the numeric types in MySQL, and I have summarized that using a table whereby I have data type and from to this is the list number that you can that goes under this big int, and 2 is the largest number that goes under this category of big int. So I don't think it's quite relevant to read this number, but you can like simply see that we have, for data type, we have a big int which runs from negative. These are zillion or a billion. I don't know, or a trillion. One, two, three. I think this one is a. Is it a negative a zillion to positive zillion? But I don't think you can have such a big number. But for big int, we have this large number going to negative and to positive. I don't know whether it is a zillion or a trillion. This one I think it is a zillion. It's quite large. And we have under this numeric also we have int. At least this one is a negative million, negative 2 million to positive 2 million. That's true. Yeah. And then we have a small int which goes up to 32, negative 32,000, the least, and the largest is 32,000. We have tiny int which runs from 0 to around 255. We have a bit which runs again from 0 to 1. We have a decimal number which again runs from negative, that is 1038 plus 1 to positive 1038 minus 1. That is all about these are the numeric data types of data type. They are usually used when like you are creating tables. If you have a column that will hold some numbers, you must like specify the data type, and that is why it's relevant to go through the data types. We have also like the numeric, which again runs from that is negative 1038 plus 1 to 1038 minus 1. I think this is similar to decimal. We have money. And by money, I don't mean we are inserting money in the database. This is just an electronic representation of money in the database, not that we're putting the actual money in the DB. So again, this one is quite a large number. It runs from this number that you can see here to this positive number 922. I don't know whether it is 922. I think this one is a billion. That is 992 billion. It's a billion or a trillion. I think trillion. We have small money, which runs again from what? This is a decimal, so it is negative 214,000 to positive 214,000. I think that is all about the numeric data types, the numeric data types and the numeric data type. We can move to also we have an approximate numeric data type where we have float and real. You don't have to master these. I don't think it's relevant to master these. But you should know, at least you should know the ranges. We have float that goes from this number here to again 1.79 e plus 308, and we also have real numbers that again goes to from negative 3.40 e plus 38 to positive 3.40 e to plus 38. So I think this is all about the numeric data type. So anytime you are creating a table, I think you'll see where we apply this while creating tables in different databases. So let's move to the other part of character string data type. We have I don't know how you pronounce this. Is it ka or cha? Someone to pronounce this. Is it cha or ka? I don't know what is the proper pronunciation of this. But my lecturer told me is cha. So that is cha, the minimum length of 8,000 characters. That is a fixed string and Unicode characters. I know you guys know what is a fixed length of non-Unicode characters. So this one is a short form of character, and we call it cha. We have also cha, the minimum length of 8,000 characters. We have another one that is called varchar max, the maximum length of 231 characters. We have a text. You might want to store text data in the database. So the maximum range is somewhere to 2 million, characters maybe in that text. We have the Unicode character string data type. The details are just given in the table below, whereby we have nchar, That is the maximum length that you can store of any chart type is 4,000 characters. We have n varchar. The maximum length is 4,000 characters, and we have the n varchar max again, whereby we have the maximum length of 231 characters. The other part is the server string data type in SQL. There are 4 subtypes, and to start with, the first subtype is binary. We have binary, whereby we have the maximum length of binary that can be stored in database, that is 8,000. We have the binary. The maximum length again is 8,000 bytes. We have the binary max again. Maximum length is 231, and text, which is again the maximum length is around, is it 2 million? Yeah, 2 million. The other part of data type was the server date and time data types in the SQL, whereby we have a date. A date is a type used to store the data of a date in a record. So again, date is very important in databases, because you can simply tell when a certain record was inserted in the database, and also time. I think these are things that are familiar with you, so these are not new things, because each record maybe in a database should have a date, a time, and a date. Maybe you should have a date and a time. So again, that is all about the data types in SQL, MySQL. And the next part of our discussion will revolve around SQL comments. So for those of you guys that we were with during the last cohort, I think by now you know what are comments, and maybe any other person who have maybe done some part of programming, you know, you are aware of what comments are, or maybe someone who is having and let's just stop at there. Maybe someone who have done some a bit of programming can easily tell us what is a comment. So comment are just used to explain the section of an SQL statement, or to prevent SQL statement from being executed. So comments are not executed, whether it is in programming or in the database. They are not meant to be executed, but they explain. You notice that while we are creating these commands, so sometimes the commands get complex, and you will need to explain what the command do. Let's say maybe you had a command, an SQL command of maybe 5 maybe or 6 lines. So you must like tell what does command do to the person who maybe like will supervise, maybe, or maybe supervise you or go through your work, to create an easier time for edits. Even especially when you are working as a group, when you give a comment of a certain SQL command, it will be easier for your partner to understand what you are trying to write, much easier, rather than just leaving a very large command without even an explanation. So through SQL commands, we achieve the explanation, and we usually have three types of comments in SQL. We have a SQL comment, we have a bot line, and we have the inline comments. Again, for those of you who have done some programming, can easily can easily like confirm that these are the same comments that we have in programming. So let's just move forward to the first one, which is a single line comment. So we have a comment starting and ending in a single line are considered as single line comments. A line starting with a hyphen is a comment and will not be executed. I think I had an example somewhere. Maybe we can, let's see. Let's just see this. Let's just go through the syntax. This is how we achieve that. We start with the hyphen, and then you write your explanation. There is another comment here that starts also with a hyphen, and I think this one you can. Let me just open my. Let me just open my my database here at the terminal. So I can have my SQL open here. My SQL, the user is, let's start with is it host? Is localhost, and we have user, which is dev underscore October. Let me just see. Just see this. My SQL. I don't know what is happening with my SQL. Any question up to that point as I open my SQL. Let me just open the workbench. Any question up to that point as my database opens, and it has just opened. Let me try to connect. I think even it is connected. Is everybody able to see my screen? Someone to confirm that you are able to see my user interface for my SQL workbench.
Yes, I can see.
Yes.
Okay. Let's just see how we can implement these comments, single line comments. I think I have yes, I have a database here that consists of customers. It is an online shop. Customers. It has a name. Let me just say I want to have a comment here, a single line comment, just to tell what I'm doing like with this command. So I'll just like let's say I'm trying to, with this command I'm trying to retrieve all the online customers. So I can just simply say that retrieving my online Z customers data. And, I don't know why it is showing me some error here. Yeah, I think now I'm able, when I try to execute this, you notice that this line, retrieving my online customers, is not executed, right? I think you should be able to see that. But if I remove, let's say I remove this hyphen and try to execute this, I'll definitely get an error. You can see that I'm receiving an error here. I'm getting an error. This is where the action output comes. You can see the SQL query, select all from the online.customers. It is not executed. But if I add those hyphens here, you notice that my SQL query will execute successfully. So this is an example of a single line comment. This one, I think you can, for those of you who have installed, like successfully installed the database, you can try to. I sent some files, some SQL files that have commands, and that has commands to create a database and even insert data into them. You can just open your MySQL workbench and you can open the file. You can open the file through this UI. You can come at file and open SQL script, and then you choose the files that I had. I just did send this evening. Let me just try to open one of the files. Let me open the employees, for instance. Let me just try to enlarge this. I think everybody is able to open this. Anyone
No, I can't. Maybe you share it on the chat. The links are not opening on the chat here on Google Meet.
On Google Meet. Okay, let me just share it. I had shared it in
WhatsApp.
Let me just share it here. I don't know if this chat has a provision of sharing a file.
Yeah, probably it should.
Kamau is raising up his hand.
Okay, the files have been shared on WhatsApp, so maybe you can just download them from WhatsApp and
Yeah. Because I don't think the in-call messages has the provision for like uploading a file.
Mine, I'm getting an error. I don't have the tools to download on WhatsApp. I don't know what that means.
Okay, let me just share the file as a text. I think that will save time. Let me just share this as a text. I think you should not be able. You should be able to get it from in-call messages. Yes, Vinton, you were saying something. Your hand is up.
Okay, for me, I'm not able to do that because it's like I'm opening that my SQL. It's dark, and I cannot see an option where I can share or to sijui to open that thing.
Are you able are you able to share your screen? Maybe we see what you're getting. I can stop sharing my screen. You share yours, and maybe.
No, I'm not able to do that, but I was asking, you see, venye tu ulifungua ile, unaona venye ulifungua yako ile ya kwanza, ni venye sasa it's dark.
I think you should.
Unaona venye ari na kuanga venye ukifunguanga ari kuna hizo maandishi hizo za kwanza.
Yes.
The same yangu sasa ya hii nini iko tu na hata yako tu niliona ilikuwa the same na mimi, but I cannot see where I can like mali naweza nini file yoyote.
Are you able to see this UI?
I'm able to see it.
Can you see some of you on your at the edge of the left side, the left top, at left top, there is somewhere that is we have a file button.
Okay, acha nitumie screenshot juu mimi sijui.
Okay. Just send a screenshot on WhatsApp. I think you can just share a screenshot at WhatsApp and be able to assist you from there. So I'm hoping
The in-call, let me ask James.
Yes.
The in-call message, what am I supposed to do with it? Because I don't know.
This one you are supposed to like to copy it and you copy it and paste it in. Have you installed the MySQL Workbench?
Yes, I have.
I think you should be able like to paste it in. But again,
all of it at once.
Sorry.
All of it at once. I copy everything.
Yes, copy everything,
Okay.
including the inside, including the create
The name.
tables. Yeah, just copy it all.
Okay.
Yeah. So the purpose of like uploading this file here, it was just for the reason of just to explain how comments work. I know most of you are wondering what the hell is this, because you can see create tables, employees. I'll come to this. I'll come to this. But the essence of uploading this file is just for comments, for explaining comments. So I can just like have another comment here, just to explain what we are doing here. So at first we are creating the database, so you can just explain the SQL query below creates a DB, no, it's just a table what? A table employees. You can just have another comment here. So you notice that if at all you want like to write, let's say several lines of comments, let's say 8 lines of comments, you notice that you will keep adding these two hyphens. And that is why we have now a multi-line comments. Let's just go back to our notes, whereby we have now a multi-line comments, where we will just have like I think even I can just copy this and paste it somewhere here. So with this single line comment, you will keep adding some hyphens, some two hyphens before you start before you start any statement. So you can save time by using the multi-line comments. So you'll just have two forward slash. These are backward slash, and asterisk. In between here, you can write any comments, any number, any lines, any number of comments without even adding the hyphens. So I think I can just copy these several times just to demonstrate this. When I try to execute these, you will notice that my query executes without executing the lines that are inside my multi-line comments. So this is how we simply achieve the multi-line comments by using two backward slash with asterisks. I think that is all about the multi-line comments in SQL. And the last type of comment is how is this number 3? It was the inline comment. With the inline comment, let me just illustrate that. In the inline comments are in the extension of the multi-line comment, and comments can be stated in between the statements and are enclosed in between the backward slash and asterisk, and again and closing it with asterisk and backward slash. So we can have the difference now between the multi-line and the inline comments. You notice that these the inline comments are just you just write them after like just after the query. Select from, and then we have your the inline comments. So I can just demonstrate that again. So let's say I just wanted to write an inline comment here. I can achieve that by having a backward slash. Let me just have a backward slash and asterisk, and closing that with asterisk and a backward slash. So again, this one is this now is the inline comment. Again, you'll notice that when I try to execute this in my table, I will not have the field ID. The field ID will not be populated with any data. But we'll come to see that after we have known how to create a database and tables. So I think I can just undo this. I can just undo this so that we can we cannot get errors when we run that. So again, that is all about the comments in SQL. And while writing some complex SQL commands, it's good to include the comments so that your team member or maybe even you for future reference, you might like I don't know if you guys will, when you learn something new, you can easily do it well at first, and maybe after some few years, if you get back to the same work you did, then you just wonder, how did I achieve this? What is this I was just writing? That mostly happens with me when writing some codes. When I get back to my codes, uh, I'm like, who wrote this? So these comments, they are good to just they aid you to remember what you were doing initially. So yeah, I think that is all about the comments. And if you guys allow me, we're just going to move forward to the other part of discussion. If you guys don't have any question about regarding the comments, I think I'll just move forward. And the next part is an interesting part, because after this, I think we are going to
James, I think Alvin had his hand up.
Okay, let me just check. Alvin, you can just speak.
Well, from the WhatsApp group, you had shared the customer database and the other one.
Yes.
So, how are you able to import it into the MySQL workbench?
Oh, okay. Let me just repeat that. For Alvin and any other person who is stuck. So you're just at the left of your at the left hand. You have a button at the top. Left at the top, there is a button that is written file. You just click that button, and it has a drop down whereby we have several options. You move to run SQL, no, open SQL script, or you can just use a shortcut. There is a shortcut for that. That is the Control Shift O. It will also prompt you to upload your file. So this option, that is open SQL script. You can use the UI or the shortcut, that is the Control Shift O. Is that okay, Alvin? Alvin, are you able to follow?
Yes, I'm fine now.
Okay. Any other person with a question? I think most of the time. Okay. Let me. I think someone has just raised it. That is Vince Muirore.
When I've copied the codes that you've written, there where we have schemas. It's not showing the employees table, and also the information there down below. It's saying no object selected.
Okay. Let me just let us just run this together. I was just trying to create a table here. Let me just run this again. Let me just try to run this. let me just close this. I can just maybe let me just create a new schema here and call it shop. Just call this shop. Let me just apply it. Apply. Okay. Just apply it. I'm creating a new database here. Yeah, it has already come. So like I have some tables here. Let me just close it. Let me just even close this. I want to save that. Good. So I think everybody is able to create a database shop. You can come at you can see somewhere you can see where my cursor points. It is pointing at the left at the top left. I'm pointing at something that's look like a database that is written create a new schema. You can just click at this and then it will prompt you to name your database or schema, and then you can just write shop, and then you just follow the wizard. You can just move on and apply. So for me, I won't press apply because I've already created that shop database. I think everybody is able to follow. We are creating a database so that I can come to creating a table. I think everybody is able to follow that. I don't want to save that. So after you have created a shop database, it should appear at schemas. So when you press now the shop schema on the database, you will see that there is tables, views, stored procedures, and functions. So I want us to press the tables. And at this database is where I want us to create a table. I don't know if you are together.
Where do you get the schemas?
We are creating a new schema that is called shop. Let me just show you. Just follow my cursor. Let me just do away with this first. I want to save that. So you will at the top left, you will see something that is that looks like is it a cylinder with a plus sign? That is in my SQL workbench. If you're able to see where my cursor is, you just need to press this. And then it will prompt you to create a new schema. So you can rename that to shop. Is everybody able to follow up to that point? You just write the word shop and then apply. For me, I won't continue the process because I've just created my schema that appears just right here. So I want us to move to the other step, whereby now at shop, when you initially it is like this, when you press this arrow, you'll get a drop down that has some options with tables, views, stored procedures, and functions. So I want you to put your cursor on tables and right click to get another drop down which has create table. Are you able to follow? I'm hope Bedwer, are you able to follow?
Okay, when I create shops, or when I change the name to shops and then apply, instead of having what you have, instead of doing, or rather instead of now moving to the next step, I'm just getting a message in the action output. And it says apply changes to shops, and then no changes detected. It keeps on repeating.
So you created a schema by the name shops.
Yeah, by the name shop.
So let's just try to create shops here, and then you can just tell me the error that you are getting. I'll just create shops, name shops, and then apply, and then I'll just press apply again, and then it is executed, right?
Yes.
And then I finish.
Yes.
That's all. And then that schema will appear on the left.
I've seen where I made a mistake. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, you're welcome. Let me just. I think now you're able to follow. So I'll just press this drop down here. So in this database that is called shop, I want to create a table that will store my employees. So I'll just have to I'll just have to press create table, and I will rename the table employees. That is employees. I think you are together up to that point. That is table.
Rudia kiasi, please.
So where?
The table part.
Oh, the table part. Let me just show you. I think I can do away with this. Let me not save that. I'll come at table and then right click. Are we together up to that point?
Yeah.
Yes, and then press create table. There are options. You can create a table. You can create table like. You can also import a table data import wizard. This one. So I don't know, to simplify this. I think we can just use the table data import wizard because we simply have already data. We simply have data that I sent to you. So let me just try to use this wizard, and this will allow me to browse. Where is this? I think it is in download. In downloads, you have, let me see this. Oh, it's here. Downloads, I have these employees.
James, what if I copy pasted what you shared? Where will I get it?
Or you want to copy paste the?
You shared one in the main messages, so I'm thinking where do I put it?
Or you can, okay, after you have just highlighted the table at shop, you can now copy paste. You can copy paste your code here.
Okay.
And then execute.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, are you able to copy paste? Let's just move together.
James, I'm still stuck.
Where are you stuck?
Okay, just at the point where we were creating shops, and at the navigator, I don't have what you have. And at the navigator, I have management instead of schemas.
Which SQL are you using? Okay, are you able to share your screen?
Maybe I said you
a screenshot.
Yeah, a screenshot on the WhatsApp group.
Okay, you can just share, then I see.
All right.
James, when I execute it, I get an error.
You're getting an error. What does error
Yes.
say?
The error says you have an error code 1064.
1064. Let me just try to execute this so that I can ensure that we don't have an error.
I'm also having the same error.
The same error.
Yeah, it's saying no database selected.
Let me just show you something. Oh, good. Let me copy paste this. And I could just, in my case, let me just import this. It is much easier. So here is the database that you are trying to create, the table that you are trying to create, right? Create table employees. Let me just try to execute this. This error code, that is it 1046?
Yeah.
I think we should try to Any other person who is getting a different error before we try and solve this issue? Okay, initially you can just highlight the insert lines. You can delete them. Then you just try to create a table, just a table, and then you will insert the data. So just create a table employee int ID that has a first name, Bacha, we have the last name, email, gender, and department. Let's just try to execute this and see what we will get. Oh, we are getting another error that no database is selected. Yes, of course, you have not said that you want to use these database. So let me just show you a simpler method to achieve this. You can just create a new table here that is called employees. Let me just show you employees. The schema is this. Yeah, I think, let me just repeat the process so that we can move together. Let's see. Let's just press the create table here, and then name your table as employees, and then we're just going to press apply. I just press OK. So this is where we should add our fields, and by fields I mean let me just open this. Let me just try to open this in another tab here. You can open this using Notepad. I can copy this and paste it here. Instead of typing. So this table should have how many fields? Are they six? There are seven fields. I should have ID, which is of type int. I should have an F name, that is to mean first name, but that is variable characters, so 50 of length 50. I have the last name, email, gender, and department. And then I can just press, let me just press apply, and then we just see. So it is executing. It has been executed successfully, and then I just finish. Was I fast on that?
There's still an error.
For me, executed it executed successfully. Let's just try again. Let me just try again because mine, I think it executed successfully. And let's just add these schemas. We're just here. Let me just remove this. So I want us to just forget about this and come at tables. Let's create table. You'll see this UI here. You will change the table names to employees, right? And then just press apply. Just press OK. Oh, I already have another table. Let me just call it employee one. I'll delete it. You see now, like you have a tab that you can now write you can create your table fields here. I think I can just type this. I have ID of is it type int? ID of type int. Let's type this together. Type int. I have first name, F name of type varchar, and the length is up to 50. I can have the last name of type varchar, again of length up to 50. Yes. I have the other field, which is let me see the other field. The other field is email. I have email. Varchar of length up to 50. And then I have another field that is gender and department. Gender again is of type varchar of up to 50 length, comma. Then we have related department, again of type varchar up to 50. So I think up to that point we should be together. Are we together up to that point? And then you just click apply. Let me just apply this. I'm getting an error here. There was an error while applying the
Yeah.
Where is the error? You're getting the same error?
Yes.
Let me just check this. You have an error in SQL syntax. Check the manual that corresponds to MySQL server. Who is that? You can just mute your mic, please. Let me see this again. me try and copy this.
Excuse me, James.
Yes.
Could the error be because of the indentation?
No. In SQL, we don't have like indentation problems. Let me just try to run this again. I see what could be the problem here. Let me just try and copy this. But this one has executed successfully. Let me just cancel this. Let me first of all delete this so that we can try again. Let me just drop that. Let me try to create it from here and see if it will still work. Let me see. I think I'm getting an error. Yeah, we should use these create tables. Your table name, employees. In my case, I'll use employees one because I have already an employees, as you can see. And then just press apply. Okay. Employee one already exists. Selected conflict. There is a conflict. Let me use two. Apply. And then it is at this point that I'll write my fields. I'll just copy from here. And I think the problem initially was the comma that I had inserted at the last line. So if you have a comma at the end of that is the last column department, you should just remove it and try to execute. Let me just try to apply again. Yes, I think you can see my query executed successfully. Then you can just do away with these. I think it has just appeared here, whereby I can see the columns here where I have ID, I have first name, last name, email, gender, department. Who is still getting some issue? Any person who have managed to create the table? By show of hands, let me see anyone who has successfully created a table. Yeah, are you guys also stuck? Calvin, are you able to create a table?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Any other person who is getting an issue?
The error still persists.
There is that is Raban Mureo has created. Let me just repeat the last time. Okay, let me just repeat the last time. Just come at the table option. Create a table. Give your table a name. That should be employees. Employees. And then press the button apply. Just press. I think this one will have conflict with another. Let me just call this employee 4. And then this is where you are going to put your fields. That is, let me just, I have ID of type int. I have first name, I just call it F name, of type varchar, that is of up to 50, comma, I can have the last name, I can have L name, don't want to type in caps, L name, that is L name of varchar, which is 50, and then a comma. The other field was, is it an email? Email for the employee, again varchar, of up to 50 length. The other one is, let me just check, gender and department. Gender of again varchar, variable character. Again of up to 50 length, comma. And the last one is department. Department. That is of type again variable character of up to 50. So you should, before executing, you should check if you have an error. I think I have varchar 50, variable character 50. Yeah. I think these should like execute. Let me just try to apply. Yeah, and it has again executed successfully. You can see it has appeared. Then you can just hit finish. Also, there is another way you can do that. Let me show you another way to achieve that. For those who like to use the command line, that is the CMD. Let me check if my SQL is able to version. Yeah, I think my SQL is operating from the CMD. Initially, I just have to log in my SQL. That is, let me start with the host, which is localhost. User, which is dev underscore cover. Then there is the password. I can just hit to put my password. I don't know if I can remember this password of mine. Let me just, that is password, yes. Am I not remembering my password? Let me just change this one to host. I don't know what is the problem with this. It should be localhost. Oops. I think I can't remember my password also. I think I have a lot of passwords in my hand. But I think it should work. I used this one. Let me just try the last time. Yes, good. I think I've just remembered my password. So again, I was saying that you can also let's just let us see the databases that we already have. This is how we see the databases that we already have. You can see that we have a database that is shop. So I want to use this database shop, and every like SQL query ends with a semicolon. So now we can create the same table from here by typing create table. In fact, that I should copy paste this because it's just similar. Let me just copy paste this. So we will have create table employees ID of it, and then we just hit enter. But you'll notice that we have table employees. It already exists. So I can change this name to, let's say, employees 5. When I hit enter, it should be able like to tell me that it has the query has executed successfully. We get that by query okay, and then we have 0 rows affected. This just simply means that the query has just executed successfully. So I don't know if using the UI or the command prompt, which one is a bit easier to create these tables. I think I'm used to CMD. I don't know what about guys. Which one is easier to use? I can just see a comment from some of you. Alvin, which one do you think is easier to use?
Kwangu naona workbench iko tu sawa.
So there is Hans who is saying that ile ya kwanza ni ya legend. Any other person who thinks that CMD is quite simple to use?
I wish we were able to log into the CMD one because from your explanation, we've not logged in.
Oh, you haven't been able to log in yet?
The CMD?
Yeah.
So it would be very hard to compare.
Oh, I think you will hit my DM so that we can see how I'll assist you with that. Any other person who think that CMD is easier? How do we link the MySQL with CMD? I'll share that I'll share that. CMD is easier. I think CMD is easier. I think CMD is easier. So let's just Alice Kalunde is has recently had. You can just yes.
Could you also maybe share the notes for today or the recording for today so that at least we can go through it? Because this is something very foreign to most of us. So we would need to go through it to understand it better.
Okay. I think I'm recording. You will immediately after this session, you'll get the link. Yeah, I think for me CMD is better. Let's just show this table. And our table is employee. Show employee. Is it employees 5? Let's just show. I should use the command describe employees 5. So this is our table, which is having fields. You can see in fact what we have just created is what is recorded in our table here, whereby we have fields, we have ID, we have first name, last name, email, gender, and department, and we have the type. The type is the data type. We have int, varchar, and even the rest are varchar. So I think you can use either the CMD. I'll show you how you can link your CMD to your MySQL to CMD. But for the purpose of this course, I'll be using them alternatively. At some point I'll be using the workbench, and at some point I'll be using the CMD. So after creating the employee, the other part is now populating our what our tables with data. Initially, you saw that I had some insert. I had some insert queries. To these insert queries, we said that insert is used for adding records in a database. So we can insert some data. I think I'll just insert the first. Is it the first? Let me just insert the first row, and I list my CMD here. Let me just try to copy paste this to save time. Let's just copy this. Does it mean it doesn't want to paste? Let me try to insert this. I'll explain what is going on here. Let me just copy and paste. Good. So I think this one is visible enough. Let me just explain what is going here. So I said the insert keyword is used for adding records in the database, in the tables, I mean. So someone mic is on. Can you mute, please? Okay. Good. So insert into employees. I don't know whose mic is on. Whose mic? Oh yeah, Raban. Good. Thank you. So I was initially explaining what is going on here. We want to insert this data. That is one. That is the ID. We have the Leopold, the vine, which is Leopold Vines. That is the first and the last name, and we have his email, gender. It is in the department of marketing. So we want to insert this data to our table here. You can see initially our table is not having any data. We just have the fields, the type. It doesn't have any data. So how we achieve that is through the insert command. So and the syntax is as follows. We just start with the insert, and then another keyword which is into, and then we just write the table. We just write the table name that we want to insert data into. So in this case, it is the table employees, and you can see initially we have table employees somewhere. I think I didn't show you tables, but we have table employees somewhere. After specifying the table that you want to insert data, now what type of data do you want to install? So again, you open the parentheses, you specify now the fields. That is the ID, the first name, the last name, email, gender, departments. And then you close that. That simply means that you want to insert this data in this format. That is the ID, first name, last name, email, gender, and the departments. And then we have another keyword that is called the values. Now you want to add these values. You write the keyword values, and then you open another parenthesis, and you write your data. You notice that ID is an int, so it doesn't have to be a string. When you put any word in between two quotations, it means that is a string. But in our case, ID is of integer. It is an integer data type. So you have just write one. If you put one into a string, you will simply get an error, simply because one will no longer be an int; it will be a string. But our our ID here is of data type int, so it must be one. So the others are just strings, because the first name is a variable character. Character is just a string. So and the rest are characters. So you will just add the data, and then you just have to close this. To close this, you will have two parentheses closing that, because there is the first one that you open here, and you close it, and there is I think even it should be one. Yeah, it should be one, and then you just hit enter. So you will get your query okay, and one row is affected, and even you can see the time it has taken to execute that command. This is simply because the kind of query we have just written here is just small, and it is taking 0.10 seconds to execute. So if I were to describe now this table again here, you'll notice that now it has data. Let me just show that. Have we inserted into employees? Let me just uh, let's just select all from employees. So you notice that our employees is now having, our table employees is having some data. Where we have the ID, we have the report, we have the binds, we have his email, gender, and department. Again, you can achieve this through the workbench. Let me just show you how you achieve that again. And you will achieve this through this field here that is left for us to execute queries. And you can just let's just add some data here. Let's just do a simple insert. Maybe we're able to execute that. Let's just add another. Let me just copy paste this. Copy, and I want to paste it here. Let's just try to execute these. Yeah, I think we should specify the data that you want to use. That is shop z.employees. Just check that if that works. Oh, I have an error here. I don't know why it is not executing. And have another error here.
Is it the same? Is it the same table that you already inserted the record with the ID one? Because then.
Oh yeah, I have ID one. I think I should change the ID, right? Thank you. Let's see if that will execute. Again, I'm getting an error that no database is selected. I don't know what is not happening with this. Just a minute. I think it should insert. let me just see. Let me try to select from these. What if now I want to insert? I should use this. So, let me see this. Let's try this to see if it will work. I don't know why I'm getting an error. Are you guys getting the same error from your side? But I can see, let me just try to use the CMD. And see if the issue still persists. Let me try this one. Copy and paste here. But I can see from here it works. I don't know what is the issue. I think it is working. I think it is working even from the other part because I can see I've inserted a lot of data. I've inserted a lot of records of the same type. I think it is even working with this workbench. How many? Let me just check how many records do we have here. Or I can just change the ID. Let me just change this ID to maybe 4 and try to execute this. I think good. It is executing. It is executing well. And then you can just check here if it is as inserted. Yeah, it is just inserted. So this is how we achieve on both the command prompt and also from the workbench. So you must insert into, you select the database dot the table that you are going to use. So I think that is all about inserting and creating also the database. So any question up to that point? Any question? I'm ready for any question because I can see we already past time. We already past time. The session was supposed to end at 8:30, but at least we have it is not, we haven't missed, I haven't spent a lot of your time. It's just 10 minutes. So any question? Any question before we drop off? You can just type. Someone is asking a good question. Is SQL case sensitive? SQL is not case sensitive. And for those of you who don't know what, oh, I don't know what has just happened. Uh, I think I pressed the cancel button at my browser. Then I just left. So I was asking if there is person who is having any question regarding our today's class or lecture. Any question? Yes, Grace. We start with Grace. Tabu Grace.
I had already asked. This thing looks complicated. Is it? Is that the journey?
Not really. It isn't complicated. It's only that we are using the workbench. Another example, we're using the workbench. But it is very simple.
Yeah, I asked so because it's like we have done many trials.
Oh, it isn't hard. In fact, it is very simple.
Mm.
Yes, it's only you guys you had some issues with workbench.
Of course, I've just been watching. I am still uninstalling the MySQL, the one that refused to open. Maybe I'll try to follow the prompts or the procedures. Maybe I'll find a new different experience after
Oh,
installing it.
I think it is very simple. In fact, this is the simplest of all.
Okay.
Yeah. So there is
I think James, I think it gets simple after practice and nini. But if this is the intro, me, I almost went to bed because at some point there was nothing going in, like literally.
I think with time you'll get used to it.
The CMD prompt part, me, I got stuck when we moved to that part. So that's like
To the
literally
same.
that's what I need to learn.
Okay. I think we will have to stick to one. But again, it's good that we learn both, both the CMD and workbench, because most at workplace you will most of the time you will use the CMD. So
Okay.
I will try and introduce to you both so that you can maybe from there you can choose.
How about if you maybe drop a very good video on a link of a good video on YouTube that will help us maybe learn to use the command prompt center.
Oh, the command prompt, and then at class you use the workbench.
Maybe we can do after maybe everybody or everyone learns from the video. Maybe we can be trying the both.
Okay. I think that is a good suggestion. That is noted. Any other question or a comment? Yvonne? Yvonne,
Yes.
do you have any question or any other comment?
No, I don't have a question. I was just not familiar with command prompt, but like he has suggested, maybe we can also learn.
Yeah, I think you should learn both so that at least you guys you are not left behind when it comes to CMD. That is Nyawera. Any question? I'll be using the next 3 minutes just to take questions. Rhoda Nyawera, do you have any question? You can just unmute and.
No, I think I'm good.
Oh, okay. Um, any other person who feels that he or she want to say something? I think we can just drop off and then we meet tomorrow again.
I hope you are sharing the recording.
Yes, I'll share the recording.
Okay, thank you.
I think we can just drop off and good night. See you tomorrow.